You're listening to JTE Movie Thinks. Is that the title? Is that correct grammar? All right, we'll go with it. It's a show about movies and thinking. And now, here's your host, every man's hero, JTE.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of JTE Movie Thinks. Today we're doing something a little quick extra episode for you. So basically, as you know, if you're listening to this when it actually came out, today the Oscar nominations came out for the 2015 Academy Awards. It's weird though, they call it the 2016 Academy Awards, but you're celebrating the movies of the past year.
But it comes out in 2016.
I know.
What the award ceremony is.
That always messes me up. Like whenever I go back to look for like past stuff, you always gotta look for 1 year ahead.
Yeah.
Because if you look for the year the movie came out, you're gonna see the movies the year before.
Yep.
That always messed me up as a kid. And as you could hear, joining me today, I actually literally just called him as like, because this is what's so good having Andreas living right next door to me. Like, hey, come over and record something with me real quick.
What's up, guys? It's Ace. How's it going?
Good. Just coming off our top 10 films.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Yeah, top 10 films of 2015.
Yeah.
You and I, number 1, number 2 were interchangeable. You had Creed at 1, Mad Max at 2.
That's right.
I had Creed at 2, Mad Max at 1. So we're on the same wavelength in certain ways.
Yeah. And some of those got nominated, too. We'll see.
I know. Some of them didn't.
Yeah.
That's our problem.
And I'm not happy.
Oh, you're not?
Oh, no.
Okay. So, guys, basically, this is just a quick podcast. It's going to be real short, nothing too crazy. We just want to go over, we're actually going to just run down the list of movies that got nominated in each category. Some we're going to spend on more time than others because, you know, some best documentary short, I don't think I've seen any of them.
No.
So
we might even skip them.
Yeah, maybe what we'll do is I'll read out the names and we'll try to guess what it's about.
Cool. Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. All right, we're going to use a website here that gives us all the listings. So let's just jump into it. Best Original Song, the nominees are Earned It, 50 Shades of Grey. I did not see that movie.
I have no interest in
seeing that movie. I have no idea what that song is. Manta Ray from Racing Extinction, no idea. Simple Song Number 3 from Youth, no idea. Till It Happens to You from The Hunting Ground, no idea. And Writing on the Wall, the Spectre one, the one I actually have heard of and probably have heard. I didn't really like it that much.
Yeah, that's like one of the most hated Bond songs I've heard in a while.
Is
a lot
of
people didn't like it, yeah.
A lot of people were complaining on Twitter, like, where was that Fast 7 song?
That is huge. That's actually a snub, man.
Yeah,
that's a huge snub.
What's the name of the song again?
See You Again.
See You, yeah.
Because the way it was used in the movie as a Paul Walker tribute was perfect. Was legit perfect. That's the best part of the movie.
And it was a hit song. Like,
it was a hit song. That. Yeah.
So that, again, nothing else really pops up in my mind that I can think of. Straight Outta Compton, unfortunately, couldn't be nominated because it's old ass song.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who's going to win that one? Who don't know, don't really care. Here's an interesting one. Best Cinematography. So we got Carol, Ed Lachman.
Okay.
Robert Richardson for The Hateful Eight. John Seal for Mad Max Fury Road. Emmanuel Lubezki for The Revenant. And Roger Deakins. Roger Deakins, who's nominated like every year. For Sicario. Now, that's a tough one.
That's actually, I like this one a lot. It's obviously Hateful Eight, Mad Max, Revenant, and Sicario. I haven't seen Carol, but those four, it's definitely between those four, but it has to be The Revenant.
It has to, just because
it's stunning. It's incredible.
And just because you know going in that it was all done with natural light.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of got to just give him, it's kind of a default win for that guy, because like, really, you did that without all these tools that all these other cinematographers are using?
Yeah.
And it is a beautiful film. If I wasn't giving it to Revenant, I guess it would be between Sicario and Fury Road for me.
Yeah.
I think Hateful Eight, because they spend so much time inside that cabin. While it looks good, Sicario had so many more locations. Mad Max.
That's
Fury
true.
Road. I might give it to Mad Max, but I don't know.
I would give it to Revenant. At first when I saw Mad Max Fury Road, I thought that was going to take it. Because I was like, this is going to win Best Cinematography, but then I saw The Revenant, and then I saw Sicario. And yeah, man, it's between The Revenant and Sicario, but those four movies are what I consider to be the 4 most beautiful movies of the year.
I totally agree with you, so I'm not angry with that. Carol, I think anytime you have a period piece like that, it's definitely going to help out. I think you'll see probably more, I think got more nominations in the Department of Art Direction and stuff. And let's just say, you know, the nominations that came out, overall, Revenant had the most, I think with 11 or 12. And Mad Max Fury Road was second with 10.
10 nominations.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Best documentary short. So we got Body Team 12, Beyond the Lines, Spectre of the Showa, A Girl in the River, The Price of Forgiveness, Last Day of Freedom. I have no idea what any of these are about.
Yeah, me neither.
Body Team 12 could be about Tom Brady and the team that he hires to make his body perfect.
Body Team 12. That sounds like...
That's the only thing I think of.
It's like a military movie? It sounds very military.
Body Team 12. Beyond the Lines could also be about Tom Brady's life at Beyond the Lines, the football field.
Which is a very interesting life.
Yeah. Spectres of the Show. I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to just assume it has something to do with Tom Brady. Let's see. A Girl in the River, The Price of Forgiveness. This is about... Actually, I do know what this one's about. This is about a girl that jumped in a river, and Tom Brady saved her. He jumped in, and he hurt his arm and couldn't play for 2 weeks, so it was the price of forgiveness for helping that girl.
Okay.
And Last Day of Freedom was the day before the Deflategate started, and it follows Tom Brady's life within 24 hours.
There you go, man. It's perfect for you. Those movies are like perfect for you.
I'm glad Tom Brady gets a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
But honestly, I have no idea what any of those are about. But they all sound important.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure, I'll check them out.
Best documentary feature is an interesting one. Amy, which is the one I've heard the most about this year. Mm-hmm. Everyone says it's amazing. Mm-hmm. Cartel Land, I've actually heard a lot from Mark Ellis and Copster. Mm-hmm. They both say it's a great movie. Mm-hmm. And I love, people say if you like Narcos this year on Netflix, mm-hmm. Cartel Land's like a great... Did you see it?
No. Oh, okay. I wanted to see it. I mean, again, I talked about it in the top 10. All all that area is like where I grew up, because I grew up in border towns. Uh-huh. So I know that super well. Mm. But I'll check that out for sure.
The Look of Silence, I believe, is a follow-up to The Act of Killing, which is from the same directing team, which was a hugely successful film a couple years ago. I believe it won an Oscar for Best Documentary. It's kind of a follow-up, not only from the team, but I think it follows up a story from the original documentary. Okay. So I really want to see that. What Happened, Miss Simone? I've heard this is great, and I don't know what it's about, though, but I've heard people say it's really good. Unfortunately, no idea. You?
No clue.
No clue. Winter on Fire. Ukrainians fight for freedom.
Ukrainians?
Ukrainians fight for freedom.
Ukrainians
fight for freedom.
As in the country.
Now, Winter on Fire sounds like a Game of Thrones thing. But then it goes to Ukraine, fight for freedom. So I'm guessing this has to do with the rebellion. Yeah,
a lot of stuff has been going down in the Ukraine, and I don't
watch CNN, people. Yeah, sorry.
The Ukraine stuff has been pretty crazy. I think Amy and Cartel Land, because Amy has. I've been hearing buzz about this documentary forever.
Same here.
So I'm sure it's gonna take it.
It's probably Amy.
Either that or Cartel Land, but I think it's probably gonna be Amy. So
anytime you have like a famous figure like that, the tragic ending, it's just Oscar gold. Yep. Best costume design, we got Carol, Cinderella, The Danish Girl, Mad Max, and The Revenant. It's a tough one.
It is. The one that stands out to me is obviously Cinderella.
Okay, yeah.
Cinderella might just take it because of the the whole era and the period that it's based on.
But when you say that, I think Danish Girl and Carol are like fighting for the same vote. Because they're both like period pieces about. I mean, you watch both trailers; they look like they could take place in basically the same time. Sure.
I mean, I'm sure Cinderella had a bit more, but obviously, when I first saw this category, I thought Mad Max. But I kind of want Mad Max to win every category it's in.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would give Mad Max this because I think it's a little more creative than the other ones. Like The Revenant. I mean, it's a bunch of guys in freaking fur jackets.
Hey, that's expensive stuff, man.
But Mad Max Fury Road, they had to create their own look for each character.
Sure.
They created their own world, and all the things that stick out in that movie is like you feel like the world's lived in. Yeah. And those costumes these guys wear, it feels like it's natural. It's not something they just were throwing on. Yeah. I would give it to Mad Max, but knowing the Oscars, it'd probably go to Danish or Carol. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's keep moving along.
Sound editing.
Best sound editing. So we got Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Sicario, The Revenant, The Martian, and Mad Max Fury Road. Okay. Now, for me, Mad Max Fury Road carries this one away.
Yeah, again, I kind of want Mad Max to win every category. If the Mad Max has any competition, I think it would be Sicario. And
really?
I think so, yeah. And then I would think it would be The Force Awakens.
See, I would say Mad Max, then either The Martian or Revenant. Let me tell you why, because I think Sicario has great sound design. Yeah. But it's a fairly quiet film at times. There's not a lot going on. Sure. While Star Wars does have a lot going on, I feel like all they had to do was go to Lucasfilm Ranch and download Star Wars sounds, because everything is already pretty... All the Star Wars sounds that we know are already made. for the most part, a lightsaber is a lightsaber. An X-wing flying by is an X-wing.
I actually, if you pay, I mean, obviously, as seen the movie 4 times.
Yeah.
If you pay attention, the sound that the lightsaber that Kylo Ren has a very distinct sound.
But they're still going off the lightsaber sound.
Sure.
Listen, I get it, but I'm just saying there's already a template for you to follow.
I guess.
The other films didn't have that. And Revenant, I would also say, mainly because that director loves using one takes. I feel like that makes the sound design so much harder.
That's actually true.
So for me, like in The Martian, again, anything sci-fi is gonna have something.
Yeah,
it's gonna take a little bit more.
I say Mad Max,
but Mad Max, yeah, I would give it to Mad Max also. And I think this next one, it's hand in hand. Best sound mixing.
Yeah,
this should just be one category. I understand sound editing and mixing are
very different.
But at the same time, it's like
it's very different.
If you're gonna win, how are you gonna argue one's better than the other?
Yeah, I mean, if you have excellent sound editing, you're probably going to have excellent sound mixing, but it's still a different beast to tackle in itself.
I guess. I don't know enough
I knew a buddy of mine who used to mix sound, and it was freaking gnarly. Like, so
the only difference here is editing and sound mixing is take out Sicario, and they replaced it with Bridge of Spies.
Yeah.
So, again, who cares? Give it to Mad Max. Agreed?
Yeah. I mean, give it... Yeah. I mean, Star Wars is in there again, but Mad Max, to me, takes that.
Yeah. I think Mad Max is going to clean up the technical awards at this award show.
I think it should, yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road and The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of a Window and Disappeared and The Revenant are the only 3 nominees for Best Makeup and Hairstyling.
Yep. And now, can I say it again?
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I have not even heard of The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out a Window and Disappeared.
I haven't heard of that one either, but I saw a still from it.
Yeah,
and I guess it's
crazy?
Like old age makeup, kind of like Benjamin Button kind of thing. Sense. Yeah.
And The Revenant, like, I just feel like all they did was not shower and grow beards for a month.
No, that takes... I mean, I love the sci-fi show called Face Off. Mm-hmm. It's about makeup design and all that. And I'm a huge makeup guy. Which is why last year got me so upset that Guardians of the Galaxy didn't win. Okay. Because that was incredible what they did. The freaking hotel one.
Hotel Transylvania?
No, the hotel movie.
The hotel movie?
The one with the... Oh, what's his name?
Gotta give me something
The one with the bellhop? Ralph Fiennes?
Oh, Wes Anderson film.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, The Grand Budapest Hotel.
That one.
Yes.
That one won, and I was like, really?
I can understand that, because...
Really? Over Guardians? They had like 400 extras.
But it's sci-fi.
And they all had makeup.
Sci-fi, it's just like... It's. I feel like, again, there's a template for it.
Again, this was one of the ones that I saw, and I said... Immediately when I saw the movie, I knew it was going to win. Mad Max Fury Road takes best makeup. By far.
Easy. Alright, so Mad Max... If we were at the Academy, it would be cleaned up right now. Best live action short. Have I seen any of these? No. Have you?
No. Right. Should we skip it?
Let's go through and try to decide what they're about.
Okay.
Ava Maria was the name that Tom Brady was originally going to name his daughter.
No, Ave Maria is a very popular song.
I know, but he was going to name his daughter after the song Tom Brady, and Giselle nixed it and no. Day one was about day one of the draft where Tom Brady wasn't picked. Because he famously wasn't picked to the 8th round.
I remember that.
So that's what day one, I'm pretty sure, is about.
Skinny.
Everything Will Be Okay. Allie's Word Gut. I don't know. I guess that's
is that after you guys
foreign
lost?
Title. Everything Will Be Okay was after the
loss.
After we lost the perfect season to the Giants. Yep. It was retrospective.
And then you guys felt shock.
Yeah, shock
of the next nominee.
shock. That one
It's about you guys facing all that shock.
Of not going perfect because we were the perfect team. And Stutterer.
Is what you guys became.
Is about Eli Manning.
Okay.
And how a stutterer somehow overcame his stuttering of being stupid and somehow beat the Patriots. That's all I got.
Sure.
So don't know any of those, but I'm going to say Shock will win because it's the only one that looks like a weird word.
Cool.
Best animated short. Here we go. Bear Story. Not familiar with that one.
Have you seen any of these?
I've seen Sanjay's Super Team.
Okay.
Because that was a Pixar one. We Can't Live in the Cosmos Without Cosmos. World of Tomorrow.
And Prologue.
So the only one I've seen is Sanjay's Super Team, which I wasn't a huge fan of, actually.
Okay.
It was in front of The Good Dinosaur.
Okay.
It was cool and all, but overall I thought it was one of Pixar's weaker ones.
Okay.
So I'm guessing a lot of times these best animated are usually foreign films.
Mm-hmm.
and so I wouldn't be surprised if some of these are foreign.
Cool.
Bear Story sounds cool. I'm hoping it's like a. I think Bear Story is about the bear that mauls Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, I thought it was in front of Disney's Bears.
No, that didn't come out this year. That was last year.
Hey, man, it's coming back.
I want Bear Story to be a short film by Pixar about the bear that attacked Leo in The Revenant, and it plays
his whole life story, like Land Before Time,
in like 5 minutes. Yeah. It's a great montage. That'd be great. So all right, well, we did Best Animated Short. Let's go to Best Animated Feature. Listen, this is not even gonna be close. Everyone knows what it's gonna be.
I don't know.
We'll read them off. When Marini was there.
This is the one I had in my top 10, and you can't even say it. Oh, that's
right. Yeah, what was it? Marini?
When Marnie was there.
When Marnie.
This is an anime made by Studio Ghibli.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm rooting for. I mean, obviously, I put it in my top 10.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for this one. Any anime movie, I'm gonna root for, and it's a well done, amazing told story. It's subtle, it's mysterious, it's interesting, it's thought provoking.
Listen, I love Ghibli.
It's emotional.
I love Ghibli. What is his name? Ghibli?
Yeah.
Ghibli? I love those guys. Spirited Away is a great movie.
Yeah, it's the same guys who made that.
I would totally watch it. Shaun of the Sheep actually was one of the better reviewed movies.
Shaun the Sheep.
I was thinking Shaun of the
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. Shaun the Sheep movie was actually got great reviews, and Karloff loved it. Almost made his top 10.
Yeah.
A Boy in the World I haven't heard of.
Yeah, me neither.
Anomalisa, which is the Charlie Kaufman, which was getting a lot of rave reviews.
That's
one I really want to catch. I didn't get to see before we did our top 10. But Inside Out, I mean, is anything gonna compete with it?
You just named two, Anomalisa and When Marnie Was There.
I think Inside Out just has too much of.
I agree. I think Inside Out will win.
Yeah.
I want When Marnie Was There to win. That's just me.
I can understand that. I mean, I would like to see Anomalisa. I can't say it. Anomalisa. I want to see it.
Say it how you want to say it, bro.
I got a screener for it, so I'm going to watch it soon.
There you go.
Here we go.
All right, now we get into the actors.
Now we're getting into it, and this is where I might get emotional.
Okay.
Best Supporting Actor. Christian Bale, The Big Short, which he was good in. Okay. I liked him.
I haven't seen that one.
Tom Hardy, The Revenant, which Tom Hardy was great in The Revenant.
He was great in The Revenant.
This might be the strongest category of the whole Oscars. Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight definitely was the best performance in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing Spotlight thinking Mark Ruffalo's getting nominated.
Yep.
Mark Rylance from Bridge of Spies.
Yep.
I didn't love Bridge of Spies. I liked it.
Yeah.
This guy's performance to me wasn't that great. And he's
really?
winning a lot of
awards.
He's
getting a lot of buzz right now.
I know, and I don't understand. I feel like I don't understand it quite, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think he's good in it. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he's bad in it.
Uh-huh.
It's just kind of like I saw it. It was kind of one note, and I was like, yeah, he did it good, but
okay.
Nothing. I didn't walk out of theater thinking that guy's getting nominated. Like I did almost for everybody else on this list, especially the last one.
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone for Creed. Now listen, he won the Golden Globe. Okay. He won the National Board of Critics. I think they also voted him Best Supporting. But everyone knows the Globes doesn't exactly mean Oscar. Last year,
nothing.
Leo won the Globe for Wolf of Wall Street, but then he lost the Oscar to,
Well, he lost. He won Wolf of Wall Street for comedy, though.
But
right?
still, it was the major category.
That's true.
So it never really translates. But I'm hoping. I feel like there's a groundswell of support from the people, not the Academy, but the people. When I watched the Oscars telecast this morning, they clap every time. Oh yay, good for you! Watch the whole video online. Stallone got the biggest.
They cheered.
Round of applause. Yeah. And when he won that Golden Globe, he got a standing ovation.
Yeah, which he will get again.
Yes, if
he wins the Oscar.
When he wins it.
When he wins the Oscar, he's gonna get a standing ovation. By the way, let me mention that is the only nomination for Creed. Am I right?
Yeah.
That is so disappointing.
Yeah, we will get to that a little bit more coming up.
Because
it should have got nominated for a few more things.
I would say
even cinematography could have got nominated because of that great boxing scene.
It's such a good movie.
So obviously, I don't need to say it. Creed, I think
Stallone.
Yeah, I feel like
I want Stallone to win. If he has competition, I would say Hardy.
Yes.
Hardy, because as good as Ruffalo was, Hardy just freaking went all in for that role. I'm
right there with you. If there's an upset, it'll be from Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I would say Stallone takes it.
I think Stallone, hopefully he takes it because the Academy likes to give him they like to give lifetime achievement type awards.
Yeah, and it's been 40 years since Rocky.
I know.
Oh, come on.
Please
come on, he's got to win it.
Oh, God. Okay. Best Supporting Actress. This is an interesting one. Jennifer Jason Leigh, obviously The Hateful Eight. Rooney Mara for Carol, Rachel McAdams for Spotlight, Alicia Vikander, thank you, the Danish Girl, and Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs. I like a lot of these performances. I didn't see Danish Girl, so I can't really talk on that. I did not think Rachel McAdams deserves to be nominated for Spotlight.
I thought
she was very serviceable in the role.
She was great. She was great in the role. She was great. Oscar nomination might be a little much.
It is much. Here's the thing. This is what I talk when I think about Oscars and Oscar nominated performances. There's always that 10-second clip they're gonna play when they announce. Here, I already know what clip they're playing for Stallone. There's a couple you can pick for Hardy. There's a couple you can pick. I already know the scene they'll pick for Mark Ruffalo. Kate Winslet, I already know the scene they'll put up for Steve Jobs. I can't picture what scene in Spotlight they will put up for Rachel McAdams. Because you could literally put any scene, because there's really not one standout scene.
Yeah. I mean, her performance was much more subtle, I guess I could say.
But
I don't know if it's Oscar worthy. For me, the standout there for me is Rooney Mara.
Yeah.
And Alicia Vikander, just because of the buzz that she's getting off the Danish Girl.
Yeah, but
I would say it's between those two.
I liked her better in Ex Machina, though.
That's true.
I would give it to Kate Winslet. And she won the Globe. Did you see Steve Jobs?
I did see Steve Jobs. And
I thought she was great.
She was great, but I didn't think she was anything...
I forgot it was Kate Winslet, and halfway through the movie I was like, wait a minute, that's Kate Winslet.
Yeah, she was doing like a what was it, a Polish accent or something like that?
Yeah.
I thought it was good, but it didn't blow me away.
Okay.
Rooney Mara blows me away every time.
Okay.
Rooney Mara, to me, is a phenomenal actress.
So you would take
I love Rooney Mara. Yep.
Okay, understandable. I'm with you.
But yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh, we can mention her as well. She was great.
Yeah, she was great. She did it. I just don't feel like she was given enough.
She didn't have many lines.
Yeah, exactly.
But she did great with what she was given.
My vote would be Kate Winslet.
Yeah, and
I haven't seen Carol or Danish Girl.
Yeah, I would say Rooney Mara.
Okay. Best visual effects.
Ooh.
This is interesting. You got Ex Machina, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, and Star Wars. I'm going to go out and tell you right now, I'd have to give it to Ex Machina. Because watching that movie, and I watched the behind the scene features of they literally just put her in a gray suit. And when you watch that movie, there's not 1 second where I thought she wasn't a robot.
This one is actually a lot tougher than people may think. Ex Machina is beautiful visual effects because of the subtlety of it.
Yep.
And because you can't really tell, like you just said,
the best
you can't
special
really
effects
tell.
are the ones that blend in.
Which is why I think Mad Max is up there too.
Yes.
And which is why I think The Revenant should be considered for
But there's
it too.
scenes of Mad Max where I'm like, all right, that's obviously CGI, but I understand why they did it because there's no other way to do it.
Sure, but the combination between CGI and practical effects in Mad Max was amazing. It was just so well done.
True.
And same with The Revenant, because The Revenant was in a natural location, natural environment.
How much special effects were there?
But there was
I know there's
a good amount of
scene
special
where
effects.
he jumps off the horse. And there's some animals that looked like CGI animals to me.
Sure, but there's
the bear scene is great.
The bear scene's phenomenal. But the Revenant, and then Star Wars. Star Wars is great as well.
Yeah, Star Wars.
The Martian. We forgot the Martian's great too.
Yeah, I would probably go Ex Machina, and then I would probably go Mad Max after that.
I would go either The Revenant or The Force Awakens.
Okay, and guys, as we're giving our first thought impressions, these are not my picks for the Oscars.
Yeah,
I need because a lot could happen from now until Oscar day. Maybe we'll release in our podcast, or I know we're gonna do one of these.
Yeah,
shows.
and we'll start to hear buzz too as far as what the voters are.
We're just giving our natural reactions to these nominations as of right now. So let's go on to best film editing. Mm-hmm. This is not even a question for me. Mad Max Fury Road. Okay, they've shot over 400 hours of film.
We should probably name the nominees.
Yeah, let's go ahead. The Big Short, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, Spotlight, and Star Wars. The logistics of editing those action scenes with all those cars and not only keeping continuity, but I never felt like I was lost in that movie. I always knew what my geography was, and that's one of the hardest things to do when editing an action scene. So for me, Mad Max Fury Road is an action masterpiece. And to me, one of the most important things of making an action movie is editing. So for me, it's a no-brainer, Mad Max Fury Road. Will it win? Probably not.
I'm on your same boat. To play devil's advocate, The Revenant, I thought was amazingly edited.
Yeah, there's a lot of
The Force Awakens is very underrated as far as film editing. I thought it was... Because after watching it 4 times, you appreciate it more.
Here's the problem. I don't get that excited when I see an X-wing do a bunch of moves because I know it's all CGI.
But when
and the actors
that shot inside the X-wing though is a great shot, and then the way it cuts out back into the action was beautiful.
How much editing is needed when you're creating it all into computer? You create every frame.
That's still editing though, and there was a lot of it was practical effects as well too.
We're talking about an X-wing in front of a computer where the CGI maker says, "All right, so we need you to do this, this, and this, but you never leave your computer." You're good.
Yeah, but
I'm going to create it. You tell me how to create it. Or we go, here's 400 hours of film. Make this action scene make sense and work.
There was also a ton of hours of film in Star Wars as well. You're acting as if it was all CGI film. It was a ton of practical.
But when you're making something that streamlined, every shot is composed. Now, I'm not saying Mad Max was it, but...
I'm telling you, Force Awakens was very well edited.
So what are you taking?
After all that, I'm probably taking Mad Max.
Thank you.
But I'm kind of rooting for Force Awakens.
Okay, well, Mad Max, for me, it's hands down. Best production design.
Another one that's hands down for me.
Best production
Are you
design.
kidding me?
I'm just looking at them real quick.
Okay.
Bridge of Spies, The Danish Girl, Mad Max, Martian, Revenant.
By far, Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max.
This is another one that when I saw the movie, I was like, best production design, best makeup.
But knowing the Academy, they could give it to something like... I could see them giving it to something like The Martian or even The Danish Girl but no, it's gotta be Mad Max, right?
The Martian
or Bridge of Spies.
The Martian.
Only because every time they're recreating the past, I feel like the Academy really favors that.
But it's like a post-apocalyptic future.
I know. Trust me, if without voting, it's Mad Max.
No, Bridge of Spies is up there. I think The Martian is very underrated as far as production design. I think that was a beautifully crafted movie.
It was.
I would say it's either The Martian or Mad Max.
All right, I'm just going Mad Max.
Okay.
Mad Max. It should clean up everything.
We should call this the Mad Max podcast.
Pretty much. Best adapted screenplay. Let's go Adam McKay and Charles Randolph for The Big Short. Nick Hornby for Brooklyn. Phyllis Nagy for Carol. Drew Goddard for The Martian. And Emma Donahue for Room. That's a tough one.
To me, this one isn't a tough one. And this is based off buzz, and this is based off what I hear, but it's definitely Emma for Room.
I have not heard any of the buzz you were talking of, and that's the first thing I was thinking. I'm looking at this list, and the first thing that jumped at me, I was like, "Oh, Room was good."
I'm telling you, it's gonna be Emma Donahue for Room. It's because it's based on a book, and apparently the adaptation of that is just extremely well done. Mm-hmm. If not Room, then it's probably gonna be.
I can see Big Short getting in there.
I could see Big Short
and the way it was laid out for you.
Yeah, I could see Drew Goddard. He got a lot of attention for The Martian.
If The Martian's going to win anything, maybe that might be what it wins.
Mm-hmm. But it's going to be Room.
Yeah,
I'm almost 100%.
I love Room, and I think it deserves out of those. But like I said, if I was putting like a dark horse, I'd say maybe The Big Short could sneak in there.
Yeah.
Best original screenplay goes to you got Ethan Coen, Joel Coen, and Matt Charman for Bridge of Spies. Alex Garland for Ex Machina. Peter Docter for Inside Out, along with Meg and Josh. I don't want to say the last names. Josh Singer and Tom McCarthy for Spotlight. Jonathan Herman and Andre Berloff for Strat Compton. I think Spotlight's going to get this one. And because it's such a... I think they're going to want to give Spotlight something. Because who knows, it could have been Best Picture. But I feel like this is something that Spotlight kind of has locked down.
I agree.
Because it's the only really Best Picture favorite in this whole list.
I think will win. Spotlight should win. Alex Garland for Ex Machina.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I think he should win for that by far. But that's just me. It's an original take on sci-fi, and it's super well crafted. Yeah, and super well written. So I would take Ex Machina, but I think Spotlight's going to take it, which is another top 5 movie for me. So
I'm right there with you, Ace. I would put my money on Spotlight, but if I was voting, it would go for Ex Machina. So we seem to be on the same level here. Best original score. Thomas Newman, Bridge of Spies. Carter Burwell for Carol. Ennio Micron, I can't say his name. The Hateful Eight. Johanna Johansson for Sicario. John Williams, Star Wars.
John Williams.
I got to go with the Golden Globe winner here. I got to go with The Hateful Eight.
100%. 100%
Thank you.
I saw The Hateful Eight and besides the amazing cinematography, the shots.
Yeah, the music was great.
The music stood out so much. I was like, what is this? It sounds amazing. It's such a... Yeah. It's so well crafted. It starts out subtle, then it becomes very potent and in your face. It's just super Beautiful.
The rest
beautiful
of these,
music.
to me, like aren't even that memorable. Like Star Wars had all the classics in it, but even friends of ours who are Star Wars fans, like Ken and other people that I work with, even they say the Star Wars Force Awakens was kind of so.
It didn't stand out.
It didn't stand out. There was no real new pieces of music that really stuck out.
Yeah, the Hateful Eight stood out. That stood out a lot.
There was one sequence where they're putting the spikes in the snow to get to the outhouse.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, the music is just like, boom. I'm like, oh man, this is awesome.
Yep. It was crazy.
I just want that track.
Yep.
Best foreign language film, we got Colombia.
That's my country.
Of the Serpent. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no. Okay.
France, Mustang. Hungary, Son of Sal. Jordan, Thebe. And Denmark, A War. The only one I've really heard about is Son of Saul. Apparently,
same here.
I've seen it on a top 10 list. It's a Holocaust film, which is really, I hear, because for me, Beast of No Nation was one of the most gut-wrenching movies watching. I've heard from people that Son of Saul is as tough to watch. As tough?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, anything that says Colombia on it, I'm automatically going to Colombia because that's legit where I'm from. So I'm pulling for them, but I think the Hungry Son of Saul is going to win.
Yeah, I think it's the only one I've heard so much good things about that one, so I gotta think that's going to win the whole thing. All right, we're getting to the big boys here. Best Director. Adam McKay for The Big Short, which was a little bit of a shock to me. George Miller, Mad Max Fury Road. Alejandro González Iñárritu for The Revenant.
That's not how you say it. Alejandro González
Iñárritu for The Revenant. Lenny Abrahamson for Room. Tom McCarthy for Spotlight. Now, I would vote for Mad Max Fury Road.
Personally. George Miller did an amazing job. And to be honest, I would not be surprised if he takes it. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes this.
I feel like they want to give him one big one. Yeah, this would be the one.
Because I don't think it's gonna get Best Picture, which we haven't gotten to yet. But I don't think it'll get there. But I think it might take Best Director.
The thing is, a lot of times, it's not always the case, but a lot of times, where wins Best Director wins Best Picture. Yeah. So if Spotlight or say Revenant, which I think are two of the favorites right now for Best Picture, if either of those win Best Director, that's a huge indicator who's gonna win Best Picture. I feel like if Mad Max wins Best Director. You're going to go into Best Picture like, could it be Spotlight? Could it be Revenant? Yeah. Or who knows? Could a miracle happen and Mad Max pull it off?
By the way,
so I think Mad Max should win, but I think it's probably going to be, if I was a betting man, Iñárritu.
Yep. I'm going for Alejandro González Iñárritu. I think, I'm pulling...
It's Iñárritu.
No, it's not. I'm pulling for him too. I mean, obviously, because he's Mexican. And... I have a huge heart for Latinos right now, and he's a talent.
I have a huge heart for Latino women.
There you go, man. I have a passion for Latinos in film right now, and he's just a master filmmaker, and he would be. I mean, when was the last time a director wins back-to-back Oscars?
I tweeted something
That's amazing.
I tweeted something out about that, and somebody told me John Ford did once in like the 1940s.
There you go. But this guy would reach legendary status, and the fact that he's Latino, like I'm sorry, bro. I have to go for Alejandro González for The Revenant, and I think he can do it. He's probably going to win, or I think Lenny for Room.
That would be huge.
I think Lenny for Room, maybe even Tom McCarthy for Spotlight, but I think he's starting to pick up some steam right now.
We'll see. Best Actress, this is a big category. We got Cate Blanchett for Carol, Brie Larson for Room, Jennifer Lawrence for Joy, Charlotte Rampling for 45 Years, and Saoirse Ronan for Brooklyn. Am I close?
You're close, man.
And I think this is a home run. Brie Larson. I think she's been winning all the award shows. She's amazing in the movie. I'm just mad the little kid didn't get nominated.
Hey, I definitely think it's Brie Larson for sure. Yeah. The huge shock for me was Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, listen, what is she doing there?
I tweeted this out earlier. She's the new Meryl Streep.
Jennifer Lawrence, she's like getting nominated for. I'm like, Jennifer Lawrence, because it's Katniss Everdeen. Katniss Everdeen.
I felt the same way for American Hustle. I was like, really? I didn't think she should get nominated for American Hustle.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Now she got nominated for Joy. The Academy is in love with her. Yeah, they just want her there every year.
I love Jennifer Lawrence, and I'm unabashedly a huge Hunger Games fan, huge Katniss fan, and I love. She's an amazing actress, But really, for Joy.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. I would go for Brie Larson Room. She's taking that one.
She's going to kill it, yeah. So this is Best Actor.
Here we go.
Interesting. And I think this is a little of a weak category this year because I just don't think there's like one home run hitter, except for maybe you can make an argument for one of these guys. So we got Bryan Cranston in Trumbo, Matt Damon in The Martian, Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant, Michael Fassbender, Steve Jobs, and you got Eddie Redmayne in The Danish Girl. Mm-hmm. Now, everyone's screaming Leo. He won the Globe in drama. Everyone's saying it's his time. And again, like I said earlier, the Academy likes to award people sometimes for their body of work and not just a film. Because I don't think this is Leo's best performance. I would have given it to Wolf of Wall Street.
I said it in the top 10 as well. This is one of the best physical performances I've seen. I mean, the way he reacts physically to certain scenarios.
I can say the same thing in Wolf of Wall Street, though. Wolf of Wall Street was the first movie where I realized he could do physical. The Quaalude scene where he's trying to get to the car, it was like, I felt like I was watching somebody like Jim Carrey, who's just a master with their physical comedy, and I was like, I didn't know Leo even had this in him. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, I think it's obviously between DiCaprio and Michael Fassbender.
I'm with you.
It's between Leo and Fassbender, and Fassbender's ever since I saw First Class, and he portrayed my favorite freaking Marvel villain, Magneto.
Yeah, he's so good.
In that scene when he was in Argentina and he confronts the two ex-Nazis, when the tailor and the pig farmer, that scene, I was like, this guy is a superstar and he's going to win an Oscar. I said that right as soon as I saw that scene in theaters.
Wow.
And sure enough, he's nominated for an Oscar, which is part of me is pulling for Fassbender.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's never won an Oscar. They should just give it to him, man. Yeah, just give him the Oscar.
My heart says, just give it to Leo.
Yeah, give it to Leo.
But if I was an Academy member and I was given this paper and I had to check a name, I personally might check Fassbender.
Okay, I wouldn't blame you.
Not because I want him to get the Oscar more. I think he might just give a better performance than DiCaprio.
And to be honest, I agree with you. I mean, Fassbender did give a better performance. He did have, in the sense of nuances, he had more to do than Leo did. Leo had more exuberance in his performance, which is great, and it's a different style of performance, so it depends what the Academy voters want.
Yeah.
But Fassbender has always been one of my favorite actors. Him, and are we going to talk about snubs? Or should we mention it now?
We'll do Best Picture, then we'll go to snubs.
Okay. Because I would say DiCaprio or Fassbender. I'm going with DiCaprio.
Yeah, I would say DiCaprio is probably going to win, but if I was voting, I would go Fassbender. So the last one is Best Picture. You go. There's new rules are you go up to 10. So these are the ones that actually made it. The Big Short, which was a kind of surprise for me. I liked the movie, but I didn't know if it was going to make Best Picture. Bridge of Spies is another one. I liked the movie, but I wasn't thinking Best Picture when I walked out. Brooklyn, loved Brooklyn. I thought it was a really good film. Mad Max Fury Road, obviously I love. Martian was a huge hit. That was not a shock at all. The Revenant, again, follow-up from Birdman. Huge kudos to him for having 2 films in a year. And then you got Room, one of my favorites of the year. And Spotlight, a movie that I really liked, didn't make my top 10, only because I felt like, a little bit of an HBO movie to me. And I'm not the only person to say that.
Every time I hear that, it's like nails on the chalkboard. I hate that so much because it's such a well-told, well-crafted story.
But it just doesn't feel like something that needs to be... I don't know. It doesn't feel like something that needs to be told, I guess, on the big screen.
It feels like a
TV movie to me.
No way.
The filmmaking is very... There's nothing exciting about it. It's just a very well-told story.
I mean, the fact that you can take such a heavy, heavy story and make it so captivating and entertaining, to me, that in itself is just amazing filmmaking.
If you got a great directing crew that makes documentaries... This movie could have been a great documentary that could have been nominated for Best Documentary of the Year.
Disagree.
I don't know if it needed to be told this way.
No, that's just me though. So, all right, who's taking it?
I think we're just. If you're going by the talk in the town, we do live in the town of Hollywood, people. It's between Revenant and Spotlight. And maybe by some miracle, the dark horse would be Mad Max Fury Road.
I
don't think it's going to win.
I doubt Mad Max. I don't think it's going to win. I want it to win.
Yeah.
I think it's between 3. I think it's between Spotlight, Revenant, and Room.
Really? You think Room has that much heat going in?
Yeah.
I don't. I think it's too small and personal. I would love for it to. I think it's better. I had it higher than Revenant and Spotlight in my top 10, so I think it's a better movie than both of those. I just don't see the Academy taking that route.
You know what? For this category, I feel like this one is one of the most up in the air categories. There's not a clear cut winner.
I know that's what's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
because I honestly don't know which one's going to be. Because the Revenant and Spotlight are so close, a dark horse could come in in the third spot and steal the whole thing.
Last year we had Birdman, right?
Yeah.
Birdman. It was Birdman or Boyhood.
That was it. Birdman, Boyhood.
And Birdman was clearly a better movie than Boyhood. But
interesting.
You don't think so?
No, I like them both for different reasons.
Boyhood.
Yeah, you were you were on that train.
But what I'm saying is there was a clear winner in my opinion.
Yeah,
This one there's not a clear winner because The Revenant, although it has a lot of buzz, it's not the most well received movie as much as other movies have been. Yeah. So can we talk about snubs right now because it's my biggest snub? Where the hell is Creed?
Yeah, so we've gone through
Best Picture.
We've gone through all the categories. Let's talk about some of the ones we know. Yeah, I agree. Creed should have got.
Take out The Big Short. Take out Bridge of Spies. Put in Creed.
Either of those, yeah. I would take.
Put in Creed.
I would take Creed over any of those any day of the week.
Take out Bridge of Spies. Put in Creed. Come on.
Easy. Yeah, easily.
Come on.
If I had to take one out, it would have been Bridge of Spies.
And put Creed.
And it would have been Creed. And
come on.
I would have given some more technical awards. I think you could even put original screenplay. That's a really good screenplay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would put. I don't think I would put Michael B. I don't know. Michael B. Jordan.
Probably
I don't think he did enough.
He was great. He was fantastic. I don't know if it was Oscar worthy though.
But I would have put maybe Best Director. I might have put Coogler in there for McKay and Big Short.
Sure, man.
I like Big Short.
To me, at least Best Picture, Creed should have been nominated.
Yeah.
Another snub for me is Best Supporting Actor, Idris freaking Elba.
Yeah, but who do you
Beast
take
of
out?
No Nation. Oh, you take out. Where is it? Best Supporting is up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Best Supporting Actor. Take out Mark Rylance. I mean, he's getting a lot of buzz.
I told you.
I mean,
he's got a lot of buzz, but me personally, I just didn't see anything special there. So, yeah.
Idris Elba, man, that guy was so charismatic,
you.
Crazy, psycho evil. It's so just different and unique and passionate, and just brought in such a
he's so good
power to his performance. Idris Elba and Michael Fassbender are two of my favorite actors. But
the guy who played Eazy-E, I can't remember his name.
I always forget his name, but he was great. He was so good.
The reason why I forgot his name is because it's his first movie.
Yeah,
it's like the first thing he's really done, and he was great in it. And but again, supporting actor to me is the strongest category. Out of this whole year, which makes me nervous.
I still think Idris Elba should be in there.
I want Stallone to win the whole thing.
Oh yeah, Idris Elba should have been nominated for Beast of No Nation. I think that part of that might be the Academy kind of overlooking Beast of No Nation.
Yeah,
kind of shoving it.
I think because of the whole Netflix thing.
I agree. I think it's the Netflix thing. I think they're a little bit kind of they're not accepting that new style of filmmaking.
I get you.
But Idris should be in there for me. And then again, I know this is always comes up every year, but I have to talk about it. So many freaking white people.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
Why is there so many white people, man?
There's nobody this year.
Come on. Again, I just named one. Idris Elba. Creed is another picture that could have been nominated. You just named Ryan Coogler for a screenplay or for director.
Some people were
so many talented ethnic people, so many talented minorities, Latinos, black people.
Some people were saying Samuel Jackson could even got nominated.
You could say Benicio del Toro for supporting actor in Sicario. So many good names, man. I mean, we have to the Academy has to stop ignoring the fact that it's just overlooking.
The problem is they're all a bunch of old white people.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm hoping like 10 years from now, they're going to start fading out. And the new generation will get in there and start making some
I hope so,
choices.
man. Because to me, it's almost like they're doing it on purpose. It's really getting to the point where you're like, that guy's talented. He was phenomenal. But you know what? He's not white.
I wish I could remember who tweeted it, but somebody tweeted this morning, like, I told you after 12 Years a Slave won that there wouldn't be another black nominee because they've basically said, all right, 12 Years won. We're good to just have, like, nominations for next 2 years.
Come on, man. Come on. Give me some more talented actors in there, man.
Yeah.
Come
on. All right, guys. Well, this was fun. This is actually went a lot longer than I thought.
I'm interrupting
something else?
Jason Mitchell is his name. Straight out of Compton.
Good. Thank you. Jason Mitchell. I think he's just attached to do the new Kong movie.
He is. He is attached to do the new Kong movie.
I'm excited about that.
These were some of the actors they named. Michael B. Jordan we named already. Idris Elba I just named. And Jason Mitchell.
Yeah.
3 talented, great performances by black actors. Come on.
Yeah. I know. So many good white actors out there. What can you do?
No, there's not.
All right, guys. Again, this 45-minute episode. It was supposed to be a 20-minute episode, but this is what happens when you get two movie geeks in a room together talking movies. Thanks so much for listening. I can't wait for the Oscars. I look forward to it every year. This year,
we're probably doing a pool.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not even gonna lie. Never in my life did I think I'd ever see Sylvester Stallone nominated for an Oscar, especially after Rocky, because the guy's been kicked down a lot, but he always comes up and he always comes back like a phoenix out of the fire. And I'm hoping he takes it home this Creed. I just hope he takes it home. Again, thanks for listening, guys. Go ahead, Ace. Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at SquadLeaderAce and on Instagram at SquadLeaderAce. R.I.P. Alan Rickman.
Yeah. R.I.P. Alan Rickman
Snape.
And David Bowie. Two huge losses this week. This year is starting off pretty rough. Yeah, guys, you can catch me at Schmoes JTE on Twitter, Instagram, which I never use. Where else? Facebook, Josh, a.k.a. JTE. Every Sunday, Box Office Breakdown with Sarah Stratton and Bobby Finstock. We do all the box office numbers. You've been on with us before.
Yeah, man. Anytime you want to have me on, I love being on Box Office Breakdown.
It's a fun show, guys.
Yeah.
It's not just us talking numbers. Also, Screen Junkies. Screen Junkies Plus, we just launched Interns of Field, a great show which is kind of like a spoof of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, which is a great show.
Yeah, I get them so mixed up now.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a phenomenal show.
Also,
you guys should watch that.
Every week, movie fights, honest trailers. Check out Screen Junkies Plus. I'm the engineer for Screen Junkies. Kicking ass over there, and we're having a lot of fun. We got awesome content. I love Kevin Smith's show, What's in the Box. I watch it every week. Hell, I'm watching them tape it every week. That's how awesome it is. And again, Schmoes Know, we're coming back soon, guys. Phase 6 is starting up. Keep your ears onto Twitter and your eyes on the Twitter because Harloff and else, we make some announcements soon. And thanks so much, and maybe we'll do like a recap of the Oscars after this.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We'll talk about what came to light and any surprises or upsets.
Yeah.
If I'm crying the whole time, it's because Stallone won.
There you go. Or he didn't win.
or I didn't win. It's going to be two cries, but one will be way
way,
different from the other.
Either way, you're going to cry.
Yeah, either way, JT's crying. All right, guys, thanks so much, and keep watching those movies. Hey, what's up? I'm not asking. I'm telling you. See, I'm rolling up my sleeves. There's this link right there. You're going to watch the behind-the-scenes videos. When you're done with that, you're going to laugh your ass off some of these B-Team videos. But don't forget the other podcast stuff, because that's stuff we do personally. All right? Watch that shit.